Welcome back.
Whoa, what's up, James? Welcome back to you. Oh, I guess to us and to the audience.
Yes, indeed.
It's good to be back. Speaking of being back, I feel like there's been a lot of big things happening in both of our lives. But one thing that I know you are a part of recently that I've always been really keen to ask you, and this is the first time we get to kind of, chat because it's been such a busy week. But you have been a part of Inland Ministry at church.
Yes, I have.
Could you care to explain what that is first and foremost?
Well, Inland Missions is basically the way Daniel Chang explains it is it's a big road trip with a couple of your friends from church.
Wow.
Visiting a couple guys, close friends and family in I guess the towns inland, and just meeting up, catching up with them. Campfire, just that type of vibe, just
Wow.
very laid back,
Yeah.
and like seeing God work within those communities itself is very it's very humbling. Because in missions, like you feel like you're going there to you're going there to give something more. But when you receive more than you expect to give, it's a humbling experience.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds so great. So I guess also my question is whereabouts, how far was it? Like how far of a travel and how long did it take and stuff like that?
It was like a 10-hour drive, so it was like literally a road.
Okay, I
literally-
didn't expect it to be a 10-hour drive, man.
Literally a road trip.
That is literally a road trip. I used to take those kind of road trips as a child. Not very fun memories, but that's for another day, another story for another day.
We went to Colorenabro.
I'm gonna pretend where that is, but I actually have no idea where that is.
It's near the towns of Lightning Ridge, Brewarrina. Yeah.
Okay, so just in Whoop Whoop, like real far
Yeah.
rural places. Wow, that's great. And if you were to describe the community there, what was it like? Was it?
Very.
Is there a lot of indigenous people as well?
Yes, definitely. I believe, like it's a very tight knit community because it's very small.
Oh,
So everyone
I see.
just calls each other like uncle, auntie.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, like the little kids just so cute. Just quick story, like
Mm-hmm.
we're driving the kids back home, and Daniel was driving the bus van, dropping the kids off home one by one, and one of the little kids in the back was like screaming out from the back. Like everyone's just like, it's just chaos. Everyone's just calling like, go left, go right, no, straight.
That's cute.
And then one of the kids from the back are like, spin the wheel, uncle, spin the wheel, which means like, we're like, what are you saying? It's like, yeah, like go faster.
Oh,
So it's pretty good. It's just so cute. And
And what was one of the things that you felt you saw God's hand really at work in that community?
well, this year, like we had the most people come on board the
Wow.
like we had like 35 people come this month, which is the most we have had in
Wow.
an inland mission
The
trip.
history of its
So, and like
beginning.
it's logistically and like it's hard to like organize things like that, I think.
Yeah, for
And, like,
sure.
it was hard for Daniel as well, but like there was a reason behind it, which is because like we talk about it in reflection. We had like door knocking moments, and there was also a big footy game happening at the same time we had the convention. So we needed the amount of people in order to help I guess making like the process quicker. Like door knocking only took an hour, whereas
Wow.
like it would take like literally like 3-4 hours
Wow.
if we had like a smaller group of people.
Right. So it's
So
like really God's provision
In that sense.
resource.
In that sense, yeah.
Wow. No, that's so amazing. And
How about you? You moved to a. Oh, you're gonna ask a new question. Or you gonna ask a.
oh no, you can.
Yeah.
you
yeah.
go.
how about you, AJ? Enough for me. Like, you moved houses, brother.
Yes, and you actually helped me, incidentally. I think a couple weekends ago, but it's just been a process of just moving all our stuff. So my living situation before was I was living with my family, my mom, dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and a roommate, and my little nephew. So it was quite a big group of people, but we decided to kind of go separate ways in a sense. So I'm still with my parents, but we moved to an apartment in Parramatta, a lot smaller, and my brother and his wife, my other little brother moved out.
Yeah.
And no, it's just been a whirlwind of just frantically getting everything in boxes and moving. We had like years worth of stuff in that house, and I just realized how much junk we had. Like there'd be boxes that literally we didn't open in 5 years, but they're just there for no reason. And when we look inside those boxes, it's just random cables and cords. And it's just like, why do we even keep this? So
but it's a new change. Like, what does it feel like to have like a new change in your life?
I think it's
new
so
environments.
Yeah, I think I've been telling people it still hasn't hit me, because normally, so previously when we moved from the last move that we had, I was more involved in picking where we're going and kind of visualizing how, what I want in my room and like just organizing that stuff. And I was like the first one set up in that previous move that we had. But this time around, because I didn't really plan it, or it was all just really rush and quick and last minute decisions. It just doesn't feel like I've moved in anywhere. I just feel like I'm just sleeping at a hotel at the moment. But
hey, the place was quite nice. It smelled like a hotel as soon as you walk in. Elevator music.
Elevators, yeah. Pretty much like, it is like a nice, it is Meriton. It's a Meriton building, but no, it's nice, and it's different. It's closer to church, which is a big plus, and convenient in that it's close to the shops and everything. I've even visited you at your work during my lunch breaks, because it's just like, it's just there. I'm just gonna go for a break. But just moving. It's all over. It's done. The old house that we were in has been completely emptied, and I thought it would take like us months to empty out, but it was just all done within like 2 weeks, which was such a like mammoth task to begin with. But praise God, we got through it, and we're just trying to settle down now. So but I guess
good stuff.
That's what it's been like, and there's
that was a huge intro, by the way.
That's the longest intro we've ever had, but I guess there was just so much going on in our lives. But just a reminder, you're listening to the King's Army podcast, and we'll be right back after this. Yes, this week, as per usual, we have another guest. And from Daniel and your impressions, do you remember what was your impression of our now guest this week?
I just made an impression last week. That's a horrible impression.
Well, we'll see if it rings true, because our guest is about to come on, and could we please welcome our guest for this week? Ken. Let's go. Bro, I was about to say, I have an old, in my old church, there's another Ken, and I was about to say his name, Ken Wong, but I'm like, no, it's not Ken Wong, it's Ken Joy, but feel free. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. James, you're doing me dirty. These guys, I watched the last episode. You impersonated me with the hair flick.
That was Daniel.
That was Daniel.
Throwing some dirt.
Throwing some shade to begin with. He's ready to face some beef. Nah, jokes.
I thought we were brothers.
But welcome. Yeah. It's nice to have you here, Ken. Could you please, even though I just introduced you, introduce yourself, say hello.
Yeah, hey guys, my name's Ken. Been part of, we're all in the same small group, hey? Oh, except for James.
Except for me. Yeah.
I always feel like James isn't part of the small group. He's always in the same group as us, hey?
Yeah, well, I think because we hang out with him and have dinner with him
that's right.
as well.
Probably.
But then also his brother. From behind, they look pretty much the same.
Yeah. That's what people been saying. I actually don't think they look the same.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, that's why I said behind.
Oh, behind.
As in the back of their heads do look identical.
Yeah. People do say.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, really looking forward to being on this episode.
Yes.
Thanks for
Talk
coming on
about
board. Icebreaker.
Oh yes, this is a new edition that we tried last week, which I felt like
Yeah.
went well, and we're going to continue on this tradition with yourself. So James, could you crank them out?
Crank him out. Okay. We have a couple would you rather questions to get to know our fellow guest,
Oh, I'm excited.
Ken.
Okay, I'm
Something
curious. I'm invested.
Question 1. Would you rather jampong or jjajangmyeon?
Oh, that's a hard one, eh? Dude, I'm always
They're so
conflicted.
Korean. I have no idea what those two things are.
This is the only Korean question. Like just,
No, but what are those? Are they just meals?
so jjajangmyeon is more like a black.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
black
yeah,
one,
the
and
black, yeah, noodle.
Jampong is the red one.
Oh, okay, okay. Please do answer now that I know.
I love my spicy stuff, but I've just ruined my digestive tract.
Oh wow, yeah,
Some
that's
spicy
true.
stuff. I love jjampong, but
Yeah.
lately just jjajangmyeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Alrighty. All right. Question 2. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories?
Ooh, oh my gosh, that's
Your
hard.
sight or your memories?
That's deep.
I reckon I just lose my sight. Hey, they say memories is a hard one.
I would lose my memory.
You're just not the same person
What
anymore.
about you, James? What would you do?
Man, that's hard. I wouldn't know. Cause like, imagine a lifetime of blindness.
You can still enjoy your life. Listen to good music.
I don't know.
But then if you don't have memories, you don't remember any pain.
Oh, that's deep.
No, pain's gone.
Nice.
Bad jokes. Anyway, so keep them going.
So you said you lose your sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Memories,
100%.
sentimental, very sentimental.
All right.
That's
Question
great.
3. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Same socks for a month.
Can I do
The
neither?
same underwear for
It's
a week.
unhygienic. Same socks for a month. I reckon.
Yeah. I would opt for the socks.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have a case of athlete's foot.
You could just wash your feet then rather than what. I just feel uncomfortable washing that other area.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's change the topic. Let's go to the next
Okay,
question.
Next question. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early? 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
I reckon 20 minutes early.
Yep.
Just get rid of the stress of being late.
Yes.
Be like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, they're waiting for me and I have to rush.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Okay. All right. That's a pretty straightforward question. Like everyone would try to be early, rather
Yeah.
than late.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Question 5. Would you rather be alone all your life or surrounded by really annoying people?
Oh, man, that's hard. That's really hard. Nah, man, I reckon you still need human interaction. I reckon being surrounded by
Like
annoying
regardless
people.
of how
Yeah.
annoying.
No, I feel like no matter what, you're always going to be around annoying people because people are not perfect and they will always get on your nerves. The longer you're around someone, the more annoyed so.
You think so?
I reckon. I know some.
What kind of
No,
annoying
there's-
do you reckon? Like, how annoying are they? What do they do?
Like
Oh,
when
okay.
they ask a question and you're answering, in the middle of you answering, they ask another question.
Oh, that's your pet peeve. We're talking about pet peeves during dinner. Hey?
Yeah, pretty much. So just basically activating all your pet peeves and and triggering you.
I mean, I reckon you can overcome them.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
So-
for sure.
Still like have annoying. Like, you still need company. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
Alright, fine.
True.
Yeah.
This next question is a juicy one as well. Would you rather be gassy on a first date or your wedding night?
Wait, hang a minute. Gassy,
As in like
like you're like
gassy.
you're releasing gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Which end?
Both.
Does
we both said both.
Both.
Both. Exactly. The worst case scenario.
Ah,
First date or your wedding night.
I reckon first date's important, hey, with the first impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking hindsight. Yeah, I reckon wedding night.
You reckon?
Yeah, wedding
I'd
night.
choose wedding night too. What
Because
would
you're
you
already
choose?
you're
You're already
close.
comfortable and she's already trapped.
Hey, but like
she can't leave me now.
Nah, like imagine like feeling gassy on the first date. Like it breaks the ice real quickly.
What do you mean breaks the ice?
Like let out a ripper, and then she's like,
Oh, right. Well, yes.
I don't think. No, I don't. No, that's never. That's never an attractive thing
that might be a good
in the
point.
eyes of.
"Hey, we all humans."
Actually, no, it depends on the female. Depends on the female. But
Okay.
I know a lot of, I've heard stories where like my cousins will say they don't even like the sound of themselves peeing. So when they go toilets, they'll put the air dry on and quickly pee.
What?
Like that's how sensitive some females are to those kind of bodily fluids and stuff. That's what I heard.
It's just nature.
Not well for some, it's different for people. But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the last question is actually for all of us, and we decided to answer like this question all together during dinner. What is your most socially awkward moment you've ever had? Moment you've ever had in your life,
Oh,
or that one that comes to mind?
I have lots of those.
same. I have too many.
Right.
I have two. I will share two. But
Right.
anyway, I will let the guests go first.
Okay.
Can you think of it now?
I reckon I daydream a lot. I remember I was talking with a mate of mine, and I was just like listening to her like talk about her problems, and I was trying to relate and sort of thinking about it in my head, and I just sort of like went absent-minded. I was just not there. I was like off in space daydreaming, and she had to sort of like wave at me and be like, "Hey, oi, you,
Oh
are
wow!
you listening?"
Wow!
And I was like, I swear I was listening. I was just trying to, visualize it in my head. And then, I think she was slightly offended.
Oh no!
Talking about like important parts of her life. And
Oh no!
yeah,
And then you're
yeah, it
just
was pretty
lost in
awkward.
your
It was
thoughts.
like, I swear I was listening. I was just, I do that a lot. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, okay. I have this story so I'm very introverted and very shy naturally, and especially in high school and as a child and going into high school, I was super shy. And so this was in year 7, and the most horrific thing to me happened to me. And that was, okay, so what happened is, in year 7, nobody kind of knows who's the cool kids yet. So everyone's on even playing ground. Everyone's pretty much like, cool in everyone's eyes. So, me trying to climb the social ladder and present myself cool, like, we would keep appearances. And one of the things that we do is that when we had school photos, we would trade photos. Like the individual photos.
Wow.
I don't know who started, but like we were all trading. So I had all these people's photos and they had my photo. And so we traded. And there was this one cool kid that we trade photos. And I noticed that he started sitting next to me in roll call like every morning. And so he, it seemed like, oh, I'm making a new friend. This is really cool. But the worst thing happened was that, so I used to stack those photos, right, in my wallet on the window side. So there's my wallet. There's like a window where you can put things in to show your ID. But I just randomly put the photos in there. And so what happened was one day when the kid sat next to me, he asked me something and required me to open my wallet and grab something. So I opened my wallet and I was about to grab it. And then as I opened it, in his view, he saw my wallet and the window, and on the window was his photo. And what made it even worse was that I neatly stacked it. So it looked like I only had his photo in my a wallet window. And then I just remember being like, oh crap. And then just looking at him and being like, I didn't even say anything. No, I think I just said, oh, it's an accident. And then he never sat next to me again. And that was the most awkward. And I remember we had a 10-year reunion and I told him that story. And I was like, I had more photos. I swear. It wasn't weird. I'm not a weird kid. I swear. So that's one of the most terrifying things. And another one, the reason why I don't back then I didn't really like talking. So there is a group of friends we met up, and it was been a while since we all caught up, and this was post high school. And I was just asking, it was me and 2 friends in a car, and I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, it's so quiet, it's awkward. So I just asked one of my friends. I was like, oh, so how's things going with you and your girlfriend, this and that? And he's like, oh, we broke up recently. I just don't want to talk. I was like, oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I looked to the other friend. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Father's Day soon. What's gonna happen? She's like, oh, my parents recently got divorced, and I don't really. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump out of this car and just rid you all of this embarrassment, because it's just I just couldn't win. I couldn't win in that situation, and that was just my 2 most socially awkward situations that I remember.
That's rough.
Okay. For me, it just came to mind because I was trying to think about one, but I couldn't think of one. But it just came to mind just then. When I was in South America during my Central America during my gap year, I was on board a boat, a cruise boat, and we would go out locally just for outreach and things like that. And we would all go on like this massive bus, on those coach buses. And after like a day's worth of outreach, we'd come back to the boats. On the way back, it's like a 1 hour journey. And coming back, I really needed to go to the toilet. And like, there's like 50 people on the bus, approximately 50 people on the bus. And I have my German friend next to me. And I'm like, hey bro, I think I really need to go to the toilet. And he's like, oh yeah, just wait a bit more. I walked to the front and I asked the bus driver, how many minutes do we have left? And he's like, oh, we have like 30. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I can wait that long. So I come back to the back and I tell my German friend, hey, we have 30 minutes left. I don't think I can hold it in. And then I'm like, I might have to do it inside the bottle. And he's like,
wait, what?
No way.
and then he's like, because like we're at the back of the bus. And like,
okay.
no one, it was dark, and everyone was kind of sleeping. And then my German friend was like, he's like, oh no, don't you ever. If you do, I'm not gonna talk to you ever again. And I was like, oh, but I really gotta go. And then like I go back, I walk to the front again. I'm like, hey, I really need to go to the toilet. And then I come back to I walk back. I'm like, I'm trying to hold it in. And then like,
Please tell me you didn't.
I get the bottle out.
Oh no, you didn't. No.
Oh my gosh, keep going,
I get the bottle out. And I think about it. I'm like, okay. All right, no. Oh, yes.
You gotta be careful. Yeah.
Oh, no.
This determines our friendship from now on.
And then luckily, after like 5 minutes, we managed to stop by like this this gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And I get off. Like they stopped the bus. I get off. I'm like so frantic. I'm looking around. I didn't even know we were at a gas station. I thought we were just stopped in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
So I was about to do in the highway. And then I realized like there's like lights coming. I'm like, oh, what's this? I go towards the building. It's a gas station. I walk inside, do my business. I come out and there's literally a flood of people coming into the toilet. So it wasn't me, just me who wanted to go to the toilet. I was more of like a scapegoat. Like I had to take the blame.
Yeah.
So that everyone could go. So
And then everyone went.
and everyone just saw me come out of the toilet and I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, sorry. So,
Did you like race against the others to go to the toilet?
like I was already like out in the front.
Oh, he was
I
the
like,
first on the scene.
Oh, I thought he did what every other man would do
dude.
out in nature.
I would definitely have not.
Okay.
Wow, well, that was a close call, dude. Close encounter. What is it with you, Joe Bros and peeing? Anyway,
I have trauma because of that.
so does that mean you always make sure you go to the
Yeah,
toilet
definitely.
before? Yeah, I'm definitely the same. I'm someone that's always very much led by the comfort of my bowels. So my bowels determine my comfort. If I'm like need to go, I'm not comfortable. But if I'm fresh and gone and all emptied, I'm good.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed. That is our life.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't pee in the bottle. I was actually convinced. I thought you were actually going to do it. Just good storytelling. That last minute.
I know, the last minute bait and switch right there. No. But yes, Ken, we also know you by church, right? So you've been someone that's been coming to church. You've been coming there. Oh, I'm the newest member, at least on this table. I've been going for 6 months. How long have you been going to One Family Church?
I think first went to church around December 2020.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. I remember clearly.
Wow.
It was 'cause,
Oh, so you're pretty new as well.
Yeah, fairly.
Ah,
fairly new.
That's cool.
Yeah. I remember because it was around Christmas time, and that's when everyone goes on holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Was that when the lockdown thing was up or not?
Just about
Yeah,
happened.
just about happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dang. And I guess the part of the night where we asked, what were your first impressions? Okay, actually, I'm curious to hear what your impression was of
Ken?
Ken James.
Well, I believe, I think one of the sisters brought you to church. Was it Julie who invited you first, or?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then I think we first met inside the Lazy Cat Cafe.
Yeah. Oh.
And you ordered like a
I have a story, but yeah, go on.
you ordered a tea, good old tea. We all sat on the same table, but yeah, like I was like, yeah, this guy, very very deep and husky voice.
Ooh, he does have a husky voice.
I think we found a common connection that day. Was it we both realized we kind of listened to this psychologist called Jordan Peterson, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
On
yeah.
the same day.
Yeah.
And then I realized, yeah, this guy is the type of guy who likes we kind of share the same interest in a way, wherein like we like to have our own, I guess, mental space, that stoic mentality that we talked about in episode 1. Yeah.
Keep the emotions in.
And also very tall, yeah.
Yeah.
Tall bloke.
Is it tall as in that's similarities or
Oh, no.
your first impression?
This guy. No, like, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Good bloke.
All right, what about you, RJ?
My impression of you?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah, I just remember you standing next to your now fiance,
Yeah.
right? And this tall white girl, and I'm just like, oh, this guy looks like a ladies' man. That's what I thought, because it was just like, yeah, you were.
Says you.
No, not says me. Nothing's happening here. But anyway, yeah, I just remember meeting you, and you were tall, and you're really nice. You came up to me and we shook hands, and I think. Yeah, that was just my first interaction. It was like after the church service. Because I just remember meeting a whole bunch of people at once. But I remember meeting you. And yeah, just being like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. You seem like a cool, smooth ladies man.
Very very deep guy. Like he likes to have like deep thoughts. Like that's what I thought as well. Like deep thoughts,
Yeah.
serious bloke.
Yeah, I feel like I got to know that side of you.
Yeah.
Oh, when was our first real? Like I think we had light conversations throughout, Lazy Cat post church kind of meetouts. But we had our first thing where we met. We had like a one-on-one thing. Did we do the sauna and then we had like a lunch?
That's right.
Together, and then that's when I really got to know you
Yeah, in
and
the
your
car.
testimony and stuff like that. And it was just, yeah, and that's when I realized as well you were quite deep. You weren't just a ladies' man, but you were very much so a man that thought deeply.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I was expecting more dirt.
Well, you didn't
We
treat
don't
us
do that. We don't do that to our
I'm
guests.
kidding.
unless
Come on.
they treat us like dirt. Nah, but none of y'all, you didn't do that. So
Yeah,
obviously,
speaking of Lazy Cat, that reminds me when I first came to church, right? And I remember the first people I met were DJ, you James, and Marty.
oh wow,
Right. Yeah, and also I think the second week I came to church, and I come in Lazy Cat, and then Marty does his usual like hand slide thing. And he's just like, so you want to talk about Jesus? That's probably a bad impression of Marty, but he does that. He does that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know you. What are you like? Why are you touching me? Like, and
The
I
touchy
look-
Marty.
and I look
Definitely.
down. and
I love it though.
He's got these like Thai like tattoos.
Like tattoos, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember being really intimidated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then and like he talks about doing Muay Thai and like and he drags me to the table where there's James, and James is just in the corner like this, sort of brooding.
Brooding James.
It's like pensive. He's just sort of like,
Damn.
yeah. And obviously I didn't know what kind of guy he was, and they were all wearing black. I kid you not.
Wow.
Marty was in a black dress shirt. You were wearing just a black shirt, and so was DJ. And even DJ was just like sort of, with his arms crossed and like, really stoic. And I thought, man,
What am I getting into?
first day of church, and I'm with the gangster group.
The gangster boys,
Really
all
intimidating
black,
gangster group.
thinking about their deep thoughts,
Yeah.
being stoic.
No, that was my first impression of James. Like, I thought he was like, in church you have those, the mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who come to church,
Mm-hmm.
but not for the right reasons.
Oh.
Just there to like,
Stir some
come in
trouble.
and come out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
boy, was I wrong.
How different is he from that, actually?
Yeah, 100%. He's such a softie. Like he loves rom-com movies. He's such a sweet guy. Like it really caught me off-handed. And yeah, as they say, don't judge a book by its cover. So
Indeed.
Amen.
I was happy to be proven wrong.
Indeed.
And same thing with IJ. I remember you walked into church and you had like a silk shirt, right, with like 3 buttons turned like down, like unbuttoned or something.
That wasn't my first one, but I've
Sounds
worn
like-
something like that.
sounds like I-
But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds like something I would wear.
Yeah, right. And then like sort of short sleeved, so you could see like your biceps. And
I
then
think I know.
You have that like shit, like that hairstyle where you can sort of sweep it and sort of shave sides. And I was like, yo, this Chad. I was like, man, this is like, I better be careful around this guy. You don't want to be on his bad side. Really, you got to really get to know this guy before I do anything. Yeah, but nah, after that, and I got to know, I remember talking to you in Lazy Cat actually,
Oh, yeah.
and I think we were talking about songs, like our favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
And you started talking about K-pop, as your favorite girls group. And so I was like,
You got to expose me like that, bro. Jokes. Oh, good.
and I was like, oh, I didn't expect that, but that's really refreshing. It's like, wow, like you look like, you know, you go to like an Ibiza party or on the weekends, like you have your own jet plane.
Lol.
Yeah.
But I'm just listening to K-pop girl groups.
I mean, it was different. I liked it. Yeah, I think that's when I was really intrigued, and yeah, I think you hit off well with DJ, and that's when I thought, yeah, I'm probably gonna get to know this guy more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
You guys are both interesting people. 100%.
Yeah. Speaking of music, I hear that's something that you're quite passionate about.
Oh yeah, I love my music. Yeah.
Love your music. What type of music are you listening to at the moment?
At the moment, well, I've always loved to listen to bossa nova. It's like
What's that one?
It's
Oh.
Brazilian jazz.
Oh,
It's like, wait, is it salsa or I don't know? It's sort of like salsa, but sort of slowed down into sort of like a lounge, like elevator music.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like, is it slow tempo or mid tempo?
Very slow.
Slow
Yeah.
tempo.
Oh, you get
Tempo.
Yeah, but either way, it's good music to relax to.
Oh, so like relaxing, chill music.
Yeah, yeah, and so bossa nova. But recently, I've been trying to like motivate myself to go to the gym, and I've been listening to a lot of like boom bap, like rap music, or just your Christian rap, like
Right.
Lecrae, Tedashii.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just get your blood boiling.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, how like it motivates you that way, like music.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
what about you guys?
What about you, Ajay? What sort of music are you listening to lately?
So normally I'm very eclectic in that I listen to a wide genre of music. And actually, interesting enough, it just came to mind. I tend to listen to different types of music depending on my task. So sometimes when I need to concentrate and like get work done, I'll listen to classical music. But it's more like the soundtrack to like a Ghibli studio movie. Do you guys know Ghibli Studios?
Yep,
Spirited
yep.
Away,
Yep.
Princess Mononoke. Yeah, I listen to the backing soundtrack to that while I work, and it just, I don't know, it just helps me to focus. And then when I gym, I listen to like K-pop music. And I don't know why. I do this thing where I don't like saying that I listen to K-pop in front of Koreans because I feel so try hard. I feel like, oh, that's so sad, man.
Honestly, I don't mind. Like, honestly, I don't mind when you
Yeah.
turn. Like, I feel like, yeah, like it's a good thing, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. Thanks for reassuring me that I'm not a Korea boo.
I need the type of guys to like repeat the same like 3 songs on repeat if you like it, like again and again, or
Yeah. So lately, I've been listening to like a lot of Christian music lately, which has helped me in terms of just emotionally being a bit more stable in terms of like, because I'm just listening to Christian music. But lately, I've been listening to like 3 main songs I find myself gravitating toward and always repeating or going to. But yeah, I do that. Yeah. But yeah, what about you, James?
like the type of music I'm listening to lately.
Yeah.
Well, like everyday like lifestyle, I just a lot of Korean songs as well, just like Korean pop songs, or I really love like old Korean songs as well. Like they hit pretty nice, like they hit different. I guess because it's like it's nostalgia, because like my parents used to listen to these songs, and like, now that I'm listening to it, it's like it brings back memories.
Right.
That and also like independent artists from Korea as well. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Korean music lately. Now that I think about it, Yeah,
like K-indie music, right?
K-indie, yeah.
Yeah.
K indie.
And like
Interesting.
I like finding these gems, and then I just like, oh, I'm the one who found this.
Ah,
And then like I turn it on Bluetooth like in my workplace, and then like yeah, like I'm like, yeah, I found this song. You guys like it?
showcasing your musical
Yeah.
taste. That's always something.
That
that's
and like
fun.
when I'm working out, like I usually listen to like Linkin Park, like more rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm.
It's good. It's
That's
good.
actually how I found Bossa Nova through K-indie.
Really?
Yeah. They actually have a lot of Bossa Nova inspired songs, like like J Rabbit.
I've never heard of Bossa Nova. I've heard of it, but like I never like heard this music,
Right.
Bossa Nova.
Fair enough. No, I'll send you a link. You too.
Yes, I will. I will check it out. Interesting. Mhm. So what apart what you call in terms of music? What else do you find draws you to music and makes you kind of somewhat passionate about it?
Yeah. Good question. I reckon for me, words like they're harder to express sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
especially sometimes I need a lot of time to think.
Mm.
I'm quite like pensive as well,
Mm-hmm.
just like what James said about me. And sometimes it's just easier to express it through like a song.
Right.
Yeah, and like just singing another artist's song, and if you like relate to the lyrics, you sort of like adopt that message that they're trying to portray, and you might sing it from a different perspective, but it still rings true to you.
Yeah.
you
No,
know.
I totally get that. Sometimes like when I listen to Christian songs and especially the pop Christian songs that sing more about rather than the corporate worship songs that we sing at church. There's these specific ones that sing about everyday life and struggles, and sometimes those lyrics, like it'll say sometimes it feels like every day is a struggle and every day is a fight and rah rah rah. Like it hits me and I get it. Like it feels like you've never thought. Like you didn't like that's how you feel, but you never articulated it. But here's a song that's articulating perfectly how you feel, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I get what you're saying when it hits you different
Yeah, and like sometimes feelings are just hard to portray, really
and express. Yeah,
express. It's like, well, I guess it's. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, but sometimes, like I sometimes keep like feelings, like,
Right.
like sort of pent up or something, and sometimes it's hard to express if like a swell of emotions.
Right.
And so that's why I like explore different kinds of genre of music, try and make sense of that. It's like sometimes
Yeah.
it just hits you like, wow, like I don't know what this is, but I feel like this is my mood. I'm sorry, this is such a basic sort of
Yeah,
way of
no.
expressing it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you feel like music definitely has a role in emotions and moods and stuff?
100%. No, really,
Definitely.
yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Just I feel like it's sort of like a means of communicating as well. Like I don't know, like if I get together with some of my mates who are also into like music and we share songs, I guess you sort of get an insight into maybe their general mood on the day, or what kind of person they are.
Ooh,
I feel like
Like just on that, you talked about earlier, like in the car, like a person's like taste of music kind of like reflects their character.
right, yeah.
Like, can you explain that a bit? Like, what's your point of view on that?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like, well, I think it's sometimes unfair to like generalize stuff or based on stereotypes.
Right.
But I guess you kind of like wonder. I have mates who are into sort of heavy metal, and they're very sort of eccentric. They're sort of like against. They're against like the general crowd. They want
Or the mainstream, yeah,
mainstream.
against the mainstream, yeah.
Yeah, and a bit rebellious. And like some people might have some pent up anger, and others surprisingly like use metal as like a way of releasing those emotions, and they're very nice people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one example. I know that a lot of people who listen to jazz or bossa nova, like they're very well, this is not really a reflection on my own character because I explore different genres. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that particularly, like, few people come to mind. They're very, soft-natured. Sort of, they're very agreeable.
Interesting.
They're good listeners, I guess. I think maybe they've learned to be a bit more calm while listening to like nice jazz music and.
Yeah, possibly.
So,
Yeah.
but,
No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like music definitely has the power to stir up emotions within someone. And I feel like music definitely can do that depending on what you're listening to. I remember I could listen to songs that can make me cry because that's how powerful it is as a tool to stir up emotions.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you feel like it's the same thing? Like music definitely has that kind of influence?
Like it's definitely powerful. Definitely. It influences the way I guess you act as well. Because like, if you imagine like you start off your day with like heavy metal, and like you're bombarded by this sound, and like obviously like you'll feel more. Dude, I feel this when I'm driving. Like when I turn on rap music when I'm driving, I feel like I'm more easily angered when I'm driving.
More aggressive
when I'm driving with like aggressive music compared to say like if I'm putting on like just simple classical music. And I'm like very easy. Like I feel very easy. Like not too aggressive.
Right.
To like
Seem more patient.
and more patience. So definitely, it's very powerful. I believe.
Yeah, for sure. I reckon spiritually as well. For me, it has a big, hand at keeping me. I guess as much as I think when I sing lyrics, it's just something that you do, but it does in the subconscious have so much more effect. And when you come to realize that the kind of music that you listen to does really shape your desires and does really influence your thoughts. And so I feel like from my own experience of just monitoring the times where I listen more to secular music, which is mostly relationships, this and that, the more down in the dumps I feel about my singleness and stuff like that. But the moment that I actually listen to Christian music and the music really reaffirms that, I who I am in Christ, and also, we should be we should be joyfully and patiently waiting for Christ to come again, and just having that idea of purpose and goal. I'm more in a better mood because my mind isn't on relationships. My mind's on Jesus and the bigger picture of the gospel. And so, like I feel like it's helped me at least this week. Like I was saying earlier to Ken in the car about, actually I've started listening to Christian music while I work out, which normally I don't really do that. But I've been listening to more upbeat music. But then I just noticed it makes the time go by really fast, especially in cardio. It's just because I'm just listening to the lyrics and being encouraged. But then like I'm like, oh, that's 20 minutes of jogging done. Like that was quick. So I find like for me at least, it makes cardio quicker and less painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my thought.
Yeah, and I feel like depending on the genre of music, there's surprisingly a lot of choices with Christian music, right? Like, I mean, the reason why I go to lately to like Lecrae and Tedashii, well, particularly Tedashii, he has he has like more crunk music. Like how do I explain crunk? Like it's more
Punch.
EDM
Punch.
or
not EDM, not at all. Like, you know what crunk music is, right?
It's more like more kick to it, more punch.
More kick, more punch. Yeah,
Crunk.
a bit more. You want to say like aggressive, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, cool.
Yeah, it like he has a more of a wartime mentality in
That's so cool.
in his lyrics, and so I feel
Like
like
final days and
like
waiting.
every day is a fight, a spiritual fight. Like you need to deny yourself. Or,
yes.
Or like you see a lot of in Tedashii's like music videos as well. Like it's just a montage of him like boxing and
Yeah.
I mean it's a really nice sort of type of music to listen to when you're trying to abstain yourself
Mm.
or to certain things, like I don't know, or for me particularly, maybe just being lazy and sleeping in, or but yeah, I feel like it's interesting how, like, in his songs he puts in a lot of snare drums, like, you know, when in the military when you're like marching.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Left,
It's got that, like, kind of-
yeah, a little chanting and
Yeah.
and heavy drums, and it sort of puts you in a mindset where you're like, hey, I'm like a soldier of God. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah. No, but that's great. That's exactly what we are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's really cool. That's really encouraging. Yeah. Mm.
I think, how do you pronounce his name?
But Tadashi,
Isn't it Tadashi?
I don't know.
I feel like it's Tadashi. Yeah, but like that, 116 crew, like definitely, like
yeah.
even like Triple E, he's got good music as well. Yeah, that whole crew in general.
I like Tadashi particularly because he has that really raspy sort of low voice. That's what you need for crunk, right? For good crunk. Like,
I guess that's, yeah, I guess so.
yeah, and it just gives more gravity to the message. It's like, you know, you're not going to listen to a movie intro with some guy with a high pitched voice.
Yeah. you need that, like,
A long time ago.
you need that that dramatic deep voice.
Right, it just
to
gives more
really,
weight.
like,
I know it's silly.
that oomph.
I feel like you'll be a good narrator.
Me, a
yeah.
narrator.
I feel like you'll be a good narrator.
Yeah, you do have that
It's
nice husky tone.
it's a unique voice. Yeah,
Speaking of voice, you actually lead on music
Oh, yeah.
at church. How did you come about doing that?
Yeah.
He has a nice voice, by the way. I love his voice. It's just so nice and husky.
before you start,
Yeah.
how you got into it? Yeah, last week was the first time I was able to actually hear a voice properly. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, you were given a solo, right? You were given a solo piece. I was like, wow, Ken's voice, actually amazing. I'm serious.
It's so
I was
nice.
actually surprised.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So the question was how I got into it.
Yeah. And what made you want to serve in that way?
So, joining this church was actually a very big decision for me. So 2020 December, and I thought to myself, if I was going to join this church, like, I might as well make the most of it if I'm going to be serious. Like,
Yeah.
join some sort of, like, I don't know, anything
Ministry wise, yeah.
ministry wise, because I've been to a church a long time ago before, but I've always known they need volunteers for certain things, and actually the first day I joined was the last day of enrolling into serving. So they have some sort of like form you got to fill out, and I particularly wanted to, because I just love music and I love to sing. I wanted to join the praise team, but I understood that, you know, if you're like a newbie and they didn't really know you, and
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they had auditions, but I figured like it wouldn't make sense to just put anyone in there who may as well not be Christian or in for like different, you know, reasons. And so I was prepared to join whatever, really, and that's how I joined the hygiene team. But I've always wanted from day one to sing on stage.
To serve in that way. Oh, wow. And then was it this year or last year that they were like, yeah, you're a part of the team?
Actually, man, it's a blur. I don't remember. When yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this year.
It was this year. Yeah, because I remember, I don't know, I haven't been there long enough to kind of judge. But I just know that when I first came, you were like, in the first couple of weeks of me coming, you were on stage. So it was probably a recent thing.
Yeah, it was quite recent. So, yeah.
Wow. Awesome. That's really
It's really, I don't know, it sort of, I wasn't particularly I wasn't desperate to be on stage.
Right.
As in that's the only thing I want to do. Is church.
You were serving humbly in other ministries that weren't up front.
Yeah, on my good days.
that were, you know, behind the scenes, and that shows your heart as well, because you did serve in that way.
Oh, thanks, man. You put him in a good light.
Well, it's true. I saw you
there are some
disinfect
days.
the seats and work and take the rubbish out. Like that takes character.
But when it came to fruition, like it was I wouldn't want to say anticlimactic. It was just very like just casual.
Right.
I
Like
actually don't even remember how it happened. I think
it just happened in a natural progression.
yeah.
It
Like,
wasn't like you begging or trying so hard. It was just like God just opened this door and you're like, yeah, let's go for it.
Amen.
yeah, and it was just I don't know. It because of how casual it was, it just sort of like because I did pray about it, but I forgot about it. Like
Yeah.
forgot about praying and joining the praise team. I guess I was sort of content with what I did there. But for it to come into fruition and sort of me being on stage was like, wow, like, yeah, praise God. Like that's
That is such a blessing. And
Like,
and thank you for serving and blessing us with your great voice and leading us in songs of praise to the Lord. No, it's been really encouraging seeing you up there.
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, good.
I'm getting all shy now. Oh shucks.
No
Blushing.
problem. We're here to hype you up.
This is what we do.
Yeah,
I
that's what I do.
come on board.
What happened to the hair flicking and the
No, that when you're gone. No, just, no, no, we're not
We,
gonna do that.
we always
But hey, you get to kind of impersonate the next guest
Oh really?
as feedback, and I know you know who the next guest is.
Do I?
Wait.
Oh, we can't see it on mic.
Wait.
Okay.
Good thing I muted it. Okay, that he knows who it is.
Let's rip him apart.
Oh.
Rip him apart.
Interesting.
And what was the question you were gonna ask beforehand? Oh, it was the Oh no!
Is that like oh?
Oh, don't worry. I can cut that out. I can cut that out. I can cut that out.
Yeah.
Womp, womp.
Oh my gosh. You literally had that sound.
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
No, I'll cut it out. Hey, I'll pretend like that didn't happen.
Okay.
That was so funny.
Nah, but yeah.
But yes, thanks for coming on
Yeah.
tonight. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I know you've been feeling under the weather the last couple of days, so I really appreciate you
Yeah.
coming out and making the effort and being a part of this podcast and sharing yourself to the rest of our audience and hopefully to the wider church.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun than you expect, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you get more energized because you're just
Yeah.
talking, just chatting with your brothers. Yes, but as per tradition, let's imitate the next person. Can you do the honors of imitating the next guest that we have?
I gotta think of another thing because I've already. Let's see. No, I'm gonna have to do the same thing, man. That's
Just do it,
that's
just do it.
Trademark, like. It's so weird.
There
I
is
don't know how he
just
does
there.
it. Oh, I just feel so weird, man.
No, I love that. I love that's what I love about his just he's not shy.
Yeah.
You just said
Oh,
it.
I mean, don't worry, I'm in control of editing it out. That's what I love about this person that's supposed to come in. We did not say the name at all. during this. Okay, what's your my imitation?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it. I'm on the spot now. I don't want to say the phrase. We'll give it away. No, you do it. You imitate.
I'll imitate how he sings in church.
Oh, yeah, please do it.
Oh, that's actually true. That's so true.
He gets really into it.
Oh man.
He gets really, really into it, which is really encouraging.
You're off camera.
You're off. Yeah.
Very
What's with the squatting? What is that?
He has a rhythm. Let's say he has a rhythm.
he's got a rhythm.
Oh, man.
He's got a rhythm to his time with God.
He's watching this right now, and I know he's cracking up.
He's like on a rodeo horse.
But that man is a man of the Lord.
Man of the Lord, and that's why we love that man, and we're excited to have him next week.
You have an impersonation to do. Come on, we can't leave you out.
Damn,
Now it's building it up, and now I'm like, I feel
You've got a good one. I know you've got a good one.
he's
Come
got
on.
so many traits. It's a character.
no, just I can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it now. Like my body won't let
Two
me.
words. Two words.
Wait. He's like, you fool? He goes, you. No, he goes, you fool. He goes up. His tonation's really fun.
I actually don't know if he does that. When does he say it?
Oh, he says it all the time.
Really?
This fool. This fool.
Oh, man. Okay.
Too fun. Well, that's enough of giving you hints. That's what it's called. Giving you hints about our guests. But yeah, you've been listening to the King's Army podcast with your host, IJ, co-host,
James.
and our special guest.
Ken.
Till next week, guys, stay safe. God bless.